Approacher winning block, basically updated for standard.
I like the pristine talismans a lot in there.
Big fan.
There are some other cards I'm not as excited about, but that's okay.
Yeah. But the miracle selection is 4 Entreat the Angels, 4 Terminus, and 3 Temporal Master. So that's our not as intense as the block deck.
This is actually a matchup I'm really intrigued about because since Spencer Garnier does not have anything that stops miracles, those miracles will all hit. So right. I mean, I'm really curious.
Isn't Entreat the Angel for 3 game over?
It's pretty crazy, right? Like,
I mean, it seems like it's pretty close to game over. Like, it's not like people have ratchet bombs or things along those lines that can make. So we have gotten confirmation. It is a clean cut. Everybody at 1 loss or better can draw.
Okay.
And these players have 2 losses.
Right.
So they're fighting it out for a top 16 finish.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan. I'm joined in the booth by Adam Prozac. It is the final round of Swiss here at the Star City Games Open Series in Nashville, Tennessee. My first time here. You apparently have been here many times. In
Nashville, yes.
Yep. And so you're watching SCG Live. You should be watching SCG Live pretty much every chance you get. I know I do. SCG Live is one of the things that's definitely made me look at playing tournament Magic as often as I possibly can, as well as play Magic Online as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, I very much enjoy the fact that they hit a bunch of different spots, especially this year. They're going to a bunch of places that they weren't going to. They went to like places like Salt Lake City.
Oh, I was so wanted to be there. I got sick at the last minute. I was really looking forward to that one.
Right. My favorite was Phoenix.
Yep.
My hometown, or my adopted hometown.
Right.
I consider myself a native Phoenician, even though I'm not.
Well, I mean, I always think of you as a Arizonan.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, when I think about you, I think basically about your 2-color zoo deck, your Time Warp deck, and then Arizona.
Yeah.
You know, like, so. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are not in any way the only 2 decks that define you. You've had a really, really great career as a deck builder, so.
Okay. And the funny thing is, I've had like a good amount of success here in Ohio. I actually started into tournament Magic when I was at college at Xavier University in Cincinnati, and then been there like the past 5 months, and all this year. So.
Turn 1, Ponder from the Miracle Player.
I'm not a big fan of. Obviously, having not played a ton of the Miracle deck, I feel it's like one of those like preordained type cards. You know how like you could tell a fish if they preordained on turn 1 just for funsies.
Yeah. I mean, he might need the mana.
Right. So either he needs the mana or he's not properly setting up his miracles.
Yeah. Well, is it a miracle?
Well, if it is, he can't cast it. There are 4 mana leaks in Matthew's deck. Also 4 Ghost Quarters. That was the colorless land he decided to go with. If you want my opinion, if you're gonna play 4 Ghost Quarters, I would go with 4 Glimmer Post.
It's interesting.
I am not a Ghost Quarter fan.
I'm not a big Ghost Quarter fan either.
Yeah, so we have a slow start from Spencer.
I usually feel like when people are Ghost Quartering, they could have found other ways to answer their problems.
Yeah. Ghost Quarter is the brute force. There's Speak of the Devil.
There we go. Ponder on turn 4.
That's a much better
more reasonable.
Time, yeah. In fact, if there's an Entreat, we're going to see 12 power, and that's probably game over.
Yeah.
I mean, not next turn, but the following turn. You put it on the bottom.
It could be even better than that, right? He could be like, put the Entreat 2 down, and then cast Pristine Talisman right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or he could shuffle.
Yeah, or he could just not have miracles. That's also an option. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pristine Talisman. I'm just a big fan of Pristine Talisman in general.
One of my favorite cards that they've printed in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine as well. I've been But off and on, mostly at like Friday Night Magic and stuff like that. I've been playing a Tezzeret deck. And Pristine Talisman is one of the best cards in that deck. Unfortunately, it's one of the only Ancient Grudgeable cards.
It's actually really frustrating when that happens, but, I mean, the value otherwise is so good.
Yeah. Wow. 4 lands and 4 passes from Spencer. Does he have he does not have Cavern of Souls. He is opting for Glimmer Post. I approve.
I'm okay with that.
He does have Cavern of Souls in the sideboard.
Tammy, such a good card. With no ramp, that Tamayo is just devastating.
Yeah. Unkillable Frost Titan. Good. I'm trying to just like what did Spencer keep?
I have no idea what he. I mean, he didn't know what he was playing against unless he happened to scout Matthew. But I mean, what hand do you keep unless you're like heavy anti-creatures?
What happens? Yeah, what happens if you keep like 4 lands, a Slag Storm, and a Pillar of the Flame and a Primeval Titan? That's a reasonable keep. That okay.
And treat.
Game's over.
I will make 12 power, and I'll hold down. I mean, there you go. Juju.
Yep. Come on, why did you tap a different land? That's mean. There's no need for that. Just let the guy untap one of his lands.
Okay, what are you going to do here, Spencer, with your 5 mana?
Huntmaster, not gonna.
Huntmaster to gain no turns. I mean, it's a play.
It is a magic card, yeah. Very good magic card at that.
Oh, great card. Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think it's cards whose stock has fallen a lot, to be honest.
I agree with you.
Not the same card it was after people have. I don't think it's been like format defining in the same way like Delver and Snapcaster are.
I mean, there was a sense that people thought that it was going to do that, but it just
I thought it.
Yeah.
I'm among those. I was definitely wrong in that. I still think it's a phenomenal card.
Oh, it's great. It's totally great.
But it's just like can be poorly positioned. Man, I don't like that play. Matthew Oblivion Rings the Huntmaster. I'm not sure. Is there a... Oh, he tapped the wolf? Okay. I guess I don't like that one either.
Glimmer Post.
That gives him a turn. Because that'll put him up to 13.
Is that his second post? There it is. Yep, 13.
Yeah.
Okay,
this one
Primeval.
seems like, yeah.
What do you do here? Inky? He's like, Scoopy.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, actually, I want to look at these scratched out cards. He killed some cards. He says error. Gideon's oh, it's just the cards from down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Sideboard stuff. Matthew Norton has access, should he want it, to Dissipate, which is a solid card. Karn Liberated to go over the top.
You could bet the cards coming in. That matches his one main deck card.
Yeah, the Dissipate's a question mark if he thinks Cavern of Souls exists or not.
Ooh, the Man Purse. The Druidic Satchel.
Yeah, that's not terrible in this matchup.
I like Vanishing Stroke.
I like Tamayo in the matchup. I think Tamayo is a good
it was
card.
clear good there, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want it anywhere, you want it here.
Yeah, I think he wants to bring in one Divine Offering just as a way to kill an Inkmoth Nexus that gets pumped.
Sure. Or Sphere of the Sun.
Yeah, something like that.
It depends on like what he doesn't like.
Mana Leak is pretty weak in this matchup a lot of the time.
I'd be okay with cutting Mana Leak on the draw, or B if you're gonna replace them with Dissipate. You probably don't want too many counter spells.
Yeah.
Since as anticipated, to no one's surprise, Cavern of Souls in the sideboard.
3 Cavern of Souls in the board. How do you feel about that? That seems like a big investment to me. Sorry.
It's an investment worth making. Otherwise, you just have to suck it up against Mana Leak. Basically, you can't like play your normal game. Can't play your 6 mana Dramatite. Natural End is
naturalized.
Yeah.
It's the 3 life naturalized.
Gain 3 life. Also, my favorite card, Vorinclex.
That card's amazing. Does it cost 7?
8.
8. Oh boy. Well, when you got 9 mana, it's a great tutor target.
Yeah. Also, it makes Kessig Wolfrun a 1-shot.
Yep.
And it also, Vorinclex taps your opponent out and does not leave the mana to interact with your guaranteed Inkmoth Nexus kill. Because it's also a mana reflection. Other than that, Spencer also has a ton of cards that just need to go, so you can afford to
3 pillar, 4 slag storm. That's easy 7.
Yeah. His Viridian Corruptor. He has a main deck Viridian Corruptor that can go.
And he did not see a talisman, so
yeah. I actually like if I were to play a Green Sun version of this deck, I would want a Borderland Ranger.
Now, Beast Within seems like a very great card to have. I mean, I've always felt like Beast Within is one of your best anti-blue, well, anti-controlling blue cards you can do.
Absolutely. Basically, when you're not under pressure, the 3/3 is not that big of a deal. You can go over the top of, Ramp is a perfect answer, a perfect home for Beast Within, because it just invalidates a 3/3 so easily. So I did see Spencer taking out his Glimmer Post for Caverns, straight swap.
Yep.
He'll leave in 1 Glimmer Post, but it's a colorless land for him.
I mean, he might actually just go up 1 mana too. So
that's entirely possible. Keep
leave
2 Glimmer Posts.
Yeah.
He wants to go up on a land. Take out 3 Pillar, 4 Slag Storm, and a Corruptor. That's 8 cards. Bring in 2 Beast Within, the Vorinclex.
I like the Thrun just as a guy.
Thrun. And that's 4 to bring in, and then he's out of cards to bring in.
I mean, maybe he just keeps in a card like Slagstorm because it can go 3 to the dome.
Yeah, or clean up straight Beast Within tokens.
Yeah.
That's basically what you... also another situation where you probably just go up on lands.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit them cleanly, basically.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan. I'm in the booth with Adam Prozac. This is round 10. We can see Matthew Norton with Miracles up a game against Spencer Garnier with Wolf Run Ramp, the traditional red-green color, but Miracles entreated for 12 power to wrap things up last time.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Spencer has to be very much in fear of. Any Miracle Entreat once Matthew gets to 5 mana, 5 lands, that's game over.
Yep.
He cannot beat Entreat for 3 Angels. So difficult for him. There's almost no answers in his deck. No direct answers, and the thing is, you can't go chasing double Whip Flare / Slagstorm combinations to defeat it, because otherwise then you don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that, congratulations, you beat the Miracle draw, maybe, but every other draw, you've got these terrible cards sitting in your hand, and you're still down a card for having quote-unquote beaten the Miracle draw.
Yeah.
Think twice at the end of the turn. A very, very unrampful ramp match so far for Spencer Garnier.
Yeah.
I mean, this is playing out exactly like Matthew Norton would want it to. Everything going slow.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure.
Take your time.
Time to think twice.
He's using his card drawing spells fairly aggressively, in my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't mind just sitting there end of turn think twicing. I know you cut short a possibility of a Miracle there, but
3
I don't
mana
really care.
is a lot.
Yeah.
At that point, especially depends on what kind of stuff you need.
I mean, if he's got a Mana Leak in his hand and he's thinking about stopping a Solemn Simulacrum or something like that,
even then, I wouldn't ponder there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think his ponder is going to be
powerful.
yeah. I definitely would want to think twice over ponder.
Yeah, just sit back, and if nothing happens, think.
And if something happens, you do.
Yeah, like pretend that nothing happens here, unless Matthew has another Think Twice in his hand. It's going to be dead mana.
And even if he does, like, that's some cheap miracle enablers.
Yeah.
That is going away. Like, 3 mana for a miracle enabler is probably a little too much. Simply because if you say you miracle and entreat, you won't have enough left over.
We have an attack for 1 poison.
Yeah, jeez.
Four mana versus 4 mana. It's the Bucket Island.
I like that island. If you're going to have a full Zendikar land, that's probably the one to have.
Brad likes that one too. I'm not a fan. And Spencer Garnier on turn 5. Gonna do something yet, Spencer?
Yeah, this match, crap. He's literally made 1 play, and it was a Huntmaster after his opponent put 12 power into play.
Yep. Attacks with a poison Inky 1 more time for 2 poison total.
Alright, so we're gonna miracle for 8 power here. That's probably still good enough at this point.
That's so much damage. Okay, so let's pretend that Spencer drops... Oh, Beast. Okay. Downgrade, I guess. Let's pretend he lays a Primeval Titan.
A Primeval Titan here would race fairly effectively. Did a Worm Coil Engine. I believe he does. I saw 2 Primevals, I believe, and a Glimmer Post at least.
Does he have the 6th mana?
Glimmer Post.
Oh, you did see it, okay.
Yeah.
And
I definitely see Glimmer Post. I'm pretty sure I saw Primeval Titan. Just do it.
What's he doing? 3 mana of strange colors.
Huh.
Okay. I guess he's going in for the poison.
What on earth?
And then a land?
Yeah, he's got a Copperline Gorge as well. And maybe I just had the wrong read on Primeval Titan, but I can't imagine you not casting any spell you had there.
I mean, the gates were down. I mean, like...
Yeah. And now we're at the point where hardcast Temporal Mastery is a real thing.
Yes.
It costs 7, but like if you have the creatures in play, like it's gonna be a full turn off your clock. And that's the true power of Temporal Mastery, or any time off variant. When you have a clock in play, it's a full turn off that clock.
Tammy. Hold down Inkmoth.
Well, so much for your 10-turn clock. Yeah, who knew that wouldn't work out?
Waiting to see where Spencer goes next. You see a Glimmer Post, gain 1, and then spend 4 mana on Huntmaster. Gain 2. Land, gain 1.
I think he's a forest as well. Okay, he's gaining 1. Puts him up to 15. The thing is, if Matthew wants to keep his clock up with his beast tokens, he can just tap the Huntmaster or the wolf.
And that's assuming nothing goes terribly wrong.
Yeah.
We're this late in the game. Matthew's under no real threat.
Yeah, his deck is just like jam-packed with like awesome cards.
Yeah. Here they come. Take 6. I mean...
How do you take 6? I would not take 6.
I'm not saying he's going to, but like, he's asking the question.
Yeah.
Take 6. Spencer, what's your response? He says take 6. Wow, Temporal Mastery would be pretty good.
Pretty unbelievable.
He has not activated his Tamayo yet. On the Inky still. It's 3 mana for a Talisman.
It's actually a reasonably strong play.
Another Talisman, maybe? O-ring on Huntmaster. That's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And pass the turn.
I view Spencer like bringing in the natural end might have been a reasonable option as well.
He hadn't seen anything yet, so he could do it.
It's all the Oblivion Ring.
Did he in the game one?
Yeah. Matthew cast it for like no good reason.
Oh yeah. Have some information. And we see yet another land, 7 mana. Huntmaster. Ugh. Not exciting. I guess we must not have seen a Titan.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
I mean...
But then, it begs the question, what kind of hands are you keeping?
Right?
Like no Ram, no Titan?
No Champ, and no Green Sun Zenith?
Yeah.
Like what? 2 Beasts Within, but they're used on Angels rather than lands?
Yeah. Yeah, we have Spencer just facing down a lot of pressure that like he kind of brought on himself with the Beast Withins.
Yes. I mean, once you're in the position where you're being defensive and there's a Tamayo on the other side, that is not a good feeling. Oh, no miracle.
Matthew going in the tank a little bit, get a nice little shot of him. Man, like, should have drawn a miracle. Man.
Shoulda.
Messed that one up. Alright, we're getting rid of one of the beast tokens. It's nice. We're taking 3 to do so. But, I mean, that's definitely worth it. Trading a 2-2 for a 3-3. Granted, it's not that good of a trade when you've produced all the tokens.
Right. I mean, he's down so many cards right now, even with gaining quote-unquote cards with the Huntmaster. Matthew looking for a play so that the Huntmaster doesn't flip. That's a play.
Yeah,
to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have waited. Unless he'd had... Well, he has a Think Twice in his graveyard. So
and he holds down the Inky again.
Mm-hmm.
Tamayo at 7.
That looks like it's a 7.
Is that a Titan finally?
I hope so. For the
Do
sake
something.
of Spencer doing something this match.
Get some suspense in here, Spencer.
Yeah.
You know?
Cavern, that's big game.
Naming giant, I will guess. I'm correct. What an amazing guess.
You're so smart.
Oh. 5 mana slime. Green Suns for 4. He has no slimes.
He does not have a slime. That is getting a Huntmaster of the Fells.
Could be a Thrun. Could be a Thrun.
I would have just tried to go get a Titan.
At this point of the game, I mean,
he's not,
are you
going
to
to
win the
with
game
that
with
Thrun.
a Thrun? Like, no, just don't worry about the mana leak. Make him show you the mana leak.
Yeah, absolutely. He just countered that Green Sun Zenith by not having a mana leak, essentially. Yeah. I mean, the Thrun could theoretically could threaten the Tamayo, but the problem with that is like Matthew played a Terminus for not a lot of good reason.
Yeah, I mean, he shows
he's very likely to have another one.
Yeah, he's showing that he has what it takes. I bet we will see another Terminus just being cast.
Yeah.
To the bottom? Or is that what we're going to do? Yeah, very likely, as you were saying. Sorry. Tap.
Now, this is interesting. Do you tap the Cavern of Souls or the Ink Moth?
Tap the Ink Moth. I mean...
Oh, he's on 9 mana anyway. Never mind.
Spencer has shown...
Unless he has, like, Dissipate in hand.
Oh, is he going to hardcast?
Boom!
Fly, fly, fly.
That is 3 Angels. So 12 power the hard way.
You can do it.
Yep. That is going to kill Spencer just as well. He's like, man, should have played some real spells this game.
It's like, this is not what my deck does, everybody. Well, mulligan.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Just in time.
A little late to the party. How many glimmer posts you got in there? One will not do it.
Yeah. Sorry.
We're gonna see what he gets. Times 1. Times 2. There we go. Still alive.
Barely. I mean,
I might have attacked with that Thrun before I did that play.
I completely agree.
Oh, he still got mana up. Okay. He still got... Yeah. I thought he only had one left.
Even then, if I were Matthew, I would still block in, because Tamiyo's ultimate is so fun.
Yeah, it's sick.
If you haven't had the opportunity, play Tamiyo, ultimate it once, and then you're good. Or alternatively, play Zealous Conscript, steal your opponent's emblem.
I had an opponent at Madison steal my Tamayo ultimate it, and I somehow managed to win on the back of really good luck versus their bad luck.
Yeah, they obviously have to run real bad.
And here comes 12. Knocks him down to 4.
It'd be interesting to know if Matthew knows that he basically can't lose.
Tamayo holds down the Primeval Titan. Up comes Inkmoth Nexus.
So if Spencer had one more land in play, I think I would have... Oh, 2 more. I think he'd be forced to lock down the Inkmoth just so a top deck Castle Wolf run doesn't do him in. But as it exists, Matthew's going to wrap up this game with his Hardcast Entreat the Angels. Not the way you draw it up, but nonetheless effective.
Spencer trying to find a way out of this. There might not be such a way.
I don't imagine.
That's it?
He did have the wolf run, but...
Not quite enough to make it there.
Yeah, short on poison.
It was I can't say a quick 2-0 for Miracles.
It's as quick as